Is that meeting to order?
6:57 p.m.
6:57 p.m.
We're gonna plug again.
Yep.
Dennis,
What?
obviously don't stand here, but we're gonna be pledging.
Okay.
Pat.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, Trish Carroll.
Here.
Teresa Hensley. Present. Dennis Thorne.
Here.
Rita Richardson, I'm here. Okay, Teresa, you weren't here at that part. This is Heather. You'll notice a new person.
I was gonna say, I was wondering.
Yes, so Heather Matthews is a Daleville grad. We've known each other for a long time. She's my assistant up at Town Hall. Already had lots of other commitments going on. It's concert season and all that, and it just worked out better that she was kind of able to split here and go do her thing, and so Heather has stepped in for me and is the new deputy trustee.
Oh,
It's been a couple of weeks now. It's been going really well too.
I'm gonna have
We already worked well
Welcome
together.
Yes, welcome.
Okay, so I had emailed minutes to you guys. I'm not sure if you had a chance to look over it. We have two different sets of minutes. Teresa, you'll need to abstain from the ones in, February. So, you just weren't present. I think you were really sick then, weren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was sick, yes, very sick.
So if you guys have had a chance to look over it and you don't have any questions, or whenever you're ready, let me know, and we can, if you'll make the motion separately, just since we have, someone abstaining.
I think it's on the tip of almost
That brings point too. I mean, there's something to be said about it.
It's a good morale booster. That's not her thing.
This is for the minutes of 2:25,
Yes.
and then I approve the minutes of 2:25.
Okay.
I'll second.
Dennis, the motion, and Trish, the second, and then I'll roll call so that Teresa can abstain, if that's what we're doing. Okay, Trish?
Here?
Yes?
Yes.
Okay, Dennis?
Yes.
Teresa?
Abstain.
Okay. And then everybody's good for the 327, and I'll pass down mine, so if it's got the holes, sign those.
Okay.
Okay?
So I'm done with this one.
I'll make a motion to approve the March minutes.
Okay, Teresa is the first, anybody second?
Second, but whoever.
Dennis?
Dennis.
Okay, everybody in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Okay. Okay, interlocal agreement. So Teresa, I think that might have been the part of the meeting that you weren't here for at the beginning. So with the Daleville Redevelopment Commission giving us that $60,000 to do the building add-on, their legal counsel and ours did advise that it's best to have an interlocal agreement between the Daleville Redevelopment Commission and the township. So we have here a copy of the interlocal agreement, which is
But just for you to change before we put it in here, because I am the president, you have Dennis.
I'm sorry, I probably reused the minutes.
Okay, no, I mean, just because now, I'm not kidding.
That's fine.
No.
I
So,
care.
scratch Dennis and
Okay.
write your name in,
Okay,
and then scratch yours out and write his.
okay, alright. I just,
And then with you signing it, it should be fine. Okay, so this interlocal agreement just details that on the 29th day of April 2025, that the Daleville Redevelopment Commission entered into an interlocal agreement with us, and it was for $60,000 for the purpose of doing a 40 by 72 foot building add-on to the back in order to better serve the community, provide more equipment, space, gear, et cetera, et cetera. So then when you do an interlocal agreement, you have to pass basically identical or close to really similar resolutions. So the town redevelopment commission has already adopted their resolution to enter into this agreement. This is us just adopting our resolution, and so then within the resolution, you can see it's like $60,000 in TIF and Delaware County redevelopment revenues for the purpose of the building, and that we are just accepting that, and that the purpose of it is to further the economic development plan of the redevelopment commission, which is basically just to provide services to the community, which we do. So what it will take on this one, I think that this is 2025-03. I hadn't written it in here yet because I need to go back and verify. But I need a motion to adopt resolution 2025-03. Okay, first is Teresa. Dennis, you have a second? Okay. Everybody in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Okay. So make sure that you sign this one. Right here, it went on to 3 pages because of the way I had to take their PDF and then like convert it or whatever, so I'm sorry. But it's 3 pages here, it's on the 17th day. Sign on your, name line specifically, and then, I will be the one that signs the agreement, like the interlocal agreement. Okay, we have lots of bank statements because it's been lots of months. So I just give one to each of yous. And just one board member, this is not a requirement of townships, but it is a requirement of towns, and I just like the transparency of it, plus it gives you guys a chance to see what the reconcilement looks like. So there's that. Here is the receipts, or basically the revenues. We don't have a lot. You'll notice that this is 1 page. From March 1st, basically since our last meeting, from March 1st through May 31st, because that's what I reconcile and confirm all of these are in. So basically every month what we have coming in is our lit distributions from the county, and then we have our EMS refunds that are coming in, and then we've also already had some of the lit like supplemental and the first advance draw on like our property taxes. So this is just so that you guys are aware of what's coming in. And then I've got the disbursements or expenses from that same time period, from 3/1/25 to 5/31/25. So I'll pass that down. I did double side on that one. That's a doozy. Okay. Yes.
Yes. Hang on. Okay, I can just sign this and give it back to you, correct?
Yes.
And this is hers.
I have a question.
That's me.
Why do some of these say it be brought out to the side of a sweep account?
Oh, so that's one of our things that we're gonna be talking about. So I have opened what's called like a money market, but it's a sweep account. It's an option for us. The town's been doing it for a while, and it's been generating a ton of revenue for them. So what they do is basically we are getting whatever the federal interest earning rate is at the close of business that day, based on the amount that is in our bank account. So we have this money market, so we have our main account, and all of our expenses and revenues and all of that are going into it as normal. But each night, that amount is moved over into the sweep account, and then we earn interest based on that amount.
Oh,
So our first month of it was over $2,000 in interest earned.
Geez.
So based on the account amount that we typically carry, which obviously it varies because we'll get a big distribution and then we spend it, and then we get a big distribution
So
and
how-
we spend it.
Like when it comes in, what line item does that go in when we get it?
It is just going into the township, like our bank interest always was.
Yeah.
Just going into the township, like general
So
revenue.
then you really can spend it at the end of the year.
Yeah, it will help us support that general
And
fund.
so is that what that amount is there, that you've got circled, sweep amount that we got from?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
And actually, that was the first full month with it, so on this reconcile, I had to figure out how to reconcile with this. There should be, no, maybe it's not on that one.
Well, good for you.
Oh, yeah, okay, so sweep account here, this is the balance that was in the sweep account, and that's what allowed us to earn that amount of interest. So I'm not reconciling two different accounts, I'm reconciling our main account to the sweep account, so I'm going, okay, this much came out here, it went in here, came out here, it went in here, and I just check it off to verify it.
Good for
But
you.
then, yes, the interest earned on there. So they estimated that our revenue for the year, which is gonna be a great revenue replacement for us, especially if tax funding is cut from the Senate Bill 1 or whatever, is somewhere between like $22,000 and $30,000, depending on our balances and what the closing rates are. So, yeah,
Wow.
You're expecting that as a deficit?
no, I'm expecting the Senate Bill 1 could cause a problem for us.
Okay,
Yeah, this is a revenue replacement option for us. So this will be, you know, I don't know, but like, let's say we do lose $30,000 in property tax revenue, then we've already been able to effectively replace it with the sweep.
Tell me the sweet one.
Tree, I have a question. All of our taxes went up along
Okay.
our farm grounds, so how are we losing money when we're paying more? Yeah, for our taxes, we were writing them out, it was like, how much more?
Everybody's assessed value, my assessed value at my house went up 28%.
Yeah,
And I'm like, buy it for that amount, right
yeah,
now.
our farm ground, yeah, it's like
Yes.
ridiculous.
But what
what
they're, and I think that that's what which we're really not gonna know this year even. I'm getting ready to start having like some budget trainings and different things like that through like ITA and then eventually with the Department of Local Government and Finance. And everybody right now is just kind of in a guessing game on how this is going to affect things because technically the changes to all of this aren't supposed to start happening until 2027.
Oh, wow.
So we're gonna be budgeting in September for 26 with no idea what effect it will have, and then in 26 with zero idea for what 27 is gonna look like. So that's another reason why Bud has pushed really hard on trying to do some more like advanced EMT because, yes, please. Because it is more, we can bill more when we're providing more advanced services, and EMS refunds are a big part of our revenue. Like more than $500,000 a year,
I think
right?
You guys should have that paper, I believe. The
I don't want
just the basic form, I think.
I think that's the one that's hard to read though.
No,
No?
just to give you an idea of where we're at right now. Yeah, it should be this one, looks like that.
That's the one she just showed us.
If you guys look at it.
Oh, the very last page in the packet.
I haven't seen it. Oh, I don't need to.
Yeah, you need to. Yeah, okay. So,
Yeah, you can see
oh,
last,
yeah, the next one, I see what you're saying.
yeah, my bill year to date. That'll just give you roughly an idea of kind of where we're at, but this.
Yeah, so already $115,000 in payments to us for EMS refunds
Yeah,
for May.
just by the changes we made originally, I think last year we billed like 440,
Yeah, we definitely increased the.
but we've already
fees,
billed
so-
at 363,
Mhm.
so.
Do you know your mix? Like, insurance, you don't know?
I go,
Okay. That would be next to that.
yeah, it was,
Cushion that,
but you'll see that number grow a lot by just
Oh,
eliminating that BLS response. basic level, and that's kind of what we're trying to do.
Yeah,
Right now, we run that car that was donated from St. Pierce on every single call with an advanced person in it because we have to. But that doesn't necessarily mean that we take every call advanced.
right.
So you'll see a lot of changes later on.
And then paramedic services, as we're able to start ushering in that program, is going to be even more. So we are already kind of anticipating a budget, you know, constraint, if you will, because of the Senate Bill 1, but the plan has always been to try to generate more revenue. So I guess there's no time right now with the Band-Aid off, we're trying to, you know, make it happen. So anyway, the sweep account, great question, Teresa. I had planned to mention it, but I didn't think that if you're looking at the bank statement now, you're gonna know what in the world is that?
Sweep account.
Yeah, so that was me reconciling
Oh,
back
okay.
and forth going, okay, that's what this transaction is.
Not what paying attention.
Yeah, no, I love it. Okay, so the other thing is, I can, by IC code and all that, I can pay myself mileage reimbursement for going to that state board of accounts called meeting. But I just wanted to present to the board, I did go down on April 30th to the called meeting that is required of trustees to go to. And it was 67.8 miles round trip to Fisher, where I had to go to the other township building in Fishers. And so we pay at the state rate, we don't do the federal rate here, which is 49 cents per mile. So I have completed all the paperwork here, and I am gonna be issuing a check of $33.22 to myself.
You need a
to
motion
reimburse.
for that?
I would like, just for my own personal,
I will
It
make
would
a
make me
motion
feel
to
better.
approve that
Okay.
for you.
Next second.
motion to approve was Teresa. Okay, Trish is a second. Everybody in favor? Anybody opposed? Let me write that down before I forget.
Thank you for your transparency.
Sure.
Very good.
It just feels weird to cut yourself a check and then be the
Yeah.
one to sign it,
Yeah.
and then be the one to reconcile the account
And
and.
the only thing I ever did is when I had to go to that stupid that thing and the trustee.
That's what it's the called meeting.
The trustee
Yeah.
thing, I mean, I didn't do the gas because I didn't know how to do it, but I had the check
Mm-hmm.
and it was, okay, here.
So I think you guys probably heard, Teresa, did you hear the talk about the new ambulance being here now?
No.
Okay, so the new ambulance is here, so if you wanna go out and take a peek at it, cause I think you were sick when we had it here
Yes.
on display. You should definitely check it out. Bud has gotten a quote from, is it W Co?
Yeah.
For, it's, $3,000 is a very, like, high end of things, but we need to decal it, like the ambulance number, the township, or the territory logos, all that.
And it
So
is a
$3,000 is
requirement,
the number that we were given, and the territory board has made a recommendation to you guys to approve up to $3,000 to have the new ambulance decal.
so it has to be decaled.
Yes,
Okay, I'll make a motion
I'll
to
second.
approve that.
for up to 3,000,
Yes.
we get it, cause it will likely be less.
But if not, it's not. I don't want something janky out there looking when, I don't know.
Rapco has been really good to us, they cut us a really good deal on doing
Yeah.
the, Traverse, right, and the trailer, I think,
Have you seen the Traverse yet?
yeah.
I may have seen it out just driving by, I'm like,
Stan donated that to us.
oh, that's awesome.
Right, wasn't
And
Stan?
then
Stan
the association paid 8,000 for it, I think Sam donated 8,000.
Yeah, it was.
So he dropped the price to 16, which was quite a drop, it was a few $1,000s. And then he agreed to pay 8,000 of it as a donation, and then the townships, or like the firefighter, the volunteer association covered the remaining amount, and then donated it to the township. Okay, wait, who was the first on decals, I'm sorry,
Teresa.
and who was the second?
Me.
Okay, everybody in favor? Anybody opposed? Okay. Building expansion, Teresa, did you hear that update from the last meeting?
No,
Okay,
I think it's right before I got here.
the concrete pad is poured, it's ready to go. The town has cut the check for the half down payment on the building, and we are officially on the schedule. What did they tell you timeline wise? It's like
Didn't really,
4 or
they came
5
up,
weeks
they
or
came
something?
up and inspected, You've dealt with them before, so this is my first time.
I don't, but I think because of the time of year that we did ours with the town, that it was a little bit quicker.
All they really
whereas this is
said
like
was it'd be a
outward
couple
purchase.
weeks before they come up.
I wanna say he said it was like 4 to 5 weeks out, maybe. Anyway, the deposit, the half down payment has been made, so they were just waiting for Choice Metal Buildings and Carolina Carports to come up and actually put together, like on site, install the, shell of the building. And then, the redevelopment commission will pay the remaining portion of that as agreed. And then a bunch of the different funds that Bud secured for like the electrical and the plumbing and the HVAC and all that, then they'll kind of start their interior
Now, what's-
finish work.
What company is that? You said,
It's Choice Metal Buildings and Carolina Carport, they're like a thing together, so I
are
think
they a local company?
they're not, they're out of North Carolina, but they specialize in these types of buildings, and they're who the town can just use to do this stormwater building over here. Because they do like the garage doors and things at a certain way, so that different apparatuses and things can fit in them. So they will be, their crew will be coming here, and then we'll have that remaining portion done, and then Bud will basically use those donated funds to start the trades work and hopefully have that going, so.
Good.
Goal is, basically as soon as they're done, and I think it took them 2 days on this.
The
one.
trucks will go in as soon as it's
Yeah.
built, but
And then the finish work can start after that.
When are they gonna start?
I think he told me 4
he
or
said a
5
couple
weeks.
weeks, that's all.
You gonna do a press release?
Huh?
You gonna do a press release?
No.
Why not?
Now, what are we putting in that new building? I cannot remember.
It'll be two, is it 2 bays?
It's 2 bays and a very large area, but we're still in talks on what to use it for.
Some sort of like living quarters
That's what I was
or
thinking, I was trying to
gear
remember, yeah.
storage
That'd be
and or, you know, maybe some training space.
Yeah.
There are a couple different functions for it, but
That'd probably be good, have a training space
Put
there,
it in
it's like-
training
space.
because this is your only training space, isn't it, right?
But we went a little bit taller also, so we can put a second story.
Oh, that'd be good.
So
Like
just
a-
in one section,
Right.
but we gotta figure that out.
Oh,
But we won't really know until it's built and we figure out exactly how much space we have. We should
Right.
have about a 40 by 40 area,
oh, that
18
should be
foot
good, it'll
tall.
be air conditioned.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I just
It
wondered,
will.
where it's air conditioning in there. Good.
Let's just give him the props. Heather's boy just hit him out of the park home run in his baseball
My
game.
mom's
Oh,
not there.
wow, congratulations.
This is the second one this year.
Wow.
Dedicated.
How old's your son? Oh, wow, that's exciting.
Who reviewed it?
It would be April.
I think Dennis did, so Dennis will sign it. Okay, next thing, the Motorola invoice, you were here for that part,
Yeah.
right? So I'll pass it down for you, because I know the other two have seen it. The territory board made a recommendation to approve the payment of our portion of, so the Motorola invoice total is $199,435.50. And of that, FEMA is covering $173,333.33. So our portion of it with the match and the slight increase, because we opted for the Motorola radios as opposed to the Kenwoods. Was it Kenwoods, right? Okay. Is 26,000, and we just wanted to make sure that we didn't tap the one fund too much. So
Right.
that is kind of a breakdown of the suggestions on what lines to pay it from, and then that would cover it. And do we have the Motorola radios now?
Yeah, we have them all.
Yeah, okay. So based on their vote to recommend approving it, then you guys would make a motion to approve, you know, per the, breakdown presented at this meeting from the trustee or whatever.
I'll make a motion to approve it.
I'll second.
Okay, first from Teresa and a second from Trish.
That's me.
Okay, everybody in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Okay, do we need to go all the way back through the update? Okay,
Not for me.
since all board members were present at the time, we'll move on from the fire department update. Upcoming events, part of that was their junior firefighter camp. I have resiliency fair on here too. A community member, Jessica Sladen, is a licensed mental health and addiction counselor. She is, she has in the past hosted what she calls the resiliency fair. fair, which is basically just a gathering of people with different resources. It could be a church, it could be a food bank, a women's shelter, whatever it is, but things that people need in the community to be connected to so that they can be resilient, they can overcome, suicide or depression or, lack of resources like food insecurity, drug overdose or, substance use disorder. And the, fire department is gonna let her host that out here, open to the public. And then in exchange for that, the, town is going to give them $750 because it pertains to helping with substance use disorder out of their opioid, unrestricted monies. And they'll be able to purchase a Narcan, do a Narcan demonstration, and then also just help provide things like bottles of water and hot dogs and whatnot for people who need to visit. So that's something else going on, again, just chief plugging into the community. We're scratching the wellness incentive program, we don't have all this stuff ironed out for that yet, we just ran short on time and it's been a lot. Public hearing dates, 9/18/25, the public hearing for the budget literally takes us 5 minutes. And so the territory will meet right before, you guys will see the budget well in advance to that too, so it will basically just be an opportunity for anyone from the public to come and be heard on it. The adoption meeting has to be so many days after the fact, which is good because that gives us an opportunity to kind of work on those numbers should anything change or whatever. And that is on October 2nd. So please put those in your calendar because I need everyone to be able to sign and approve on those. It's not your, I made sure.
Okay.
Other new business, we had the Good Guys, Home Services come out and do the repair. You guys had approved it on an emergency basis. I'm just asking for a formal, motion to approve the
I
cost
make
of
a
that.
motion to approve the cost of it.
It was $1,801. So Teresa is first, Dennis is second, everybody in favor? Dennis, are you in favor?
Oh, yeah, I see.
Oh, okay, sorry, I couldn't hear you. And anybody opposed? No? Okay. Are you guys good with not just leaving it like TBD on the next meeting?
Yeah, that's
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Any public comment? No one from the public is
I
here.
have a comment for you after the meeting though.
Oh, okay, sure.
Nothing to do with this, but something very important I thought.
Okay. A motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
First was Teresa, second is Trish. Anybody, everybody in favor?
Aye.
Me, yes.
Trish? are you in
Yes,
favor?
yes, I'm in favor.
Okay. Anybody opposed? Meeting adjourned at 7:25 PM.